doing? Oh, how's it going, everybody? Oh, you'll have to excuse me for a second. I'm trying to do something kind of crazy in, oh, well, that doesn't work. I'm still trying to figure out YouTube streaming. I had read somewhere that you could stream both vertically and horizontally at the same time to YouTube. That does not appear to work the way that it was described to me. So that's fun. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Hi guys, how we doing? What's new? What's fresh? What's poppin'? Oh, I'm exhausted. Whoever was on stream yesterday that was like, oh, I have insomnia, I can't sleep. You gave it to me like a sickness. I think that might have been Zix. I can't remember who that was. But somebody yesterday was like, I didn't sleep at all. It's like 5 in the morning and I am not sleeping. And I was like, that sucks. Then the exact same thing happened to me. I blame it all on chat. It's all chat's fault. No, it's fine. But I'm definitely going to be, I'm definitely going to be slow and mellow today. I might not even stream for very long. I don't really know. I'm very loopy and out of it. But, you know, we're here. That's what matters. And it's New Year's. New Year's Eve, that is. Oh, no. Late to class. I'm so terribly sorry. But we already got a feedback on the way. That's excellent. We will, yes, Happy New Year indeed. Hopefully, 2026 will be even better than 2025. That is a low barrier of entry to clear. You know what I mean? It's 3 a.m. Goodness gracious, what are you doing on here? You crazy. You crazy guy, you. Fizz, what are you doing? Here, let me get the feedback thing pulled up, and then we will go, we'll go jump over into that in just a moment. I am so tired. It's bad. Yeah, I don't really have, I had all kinds of exciting things to say at the beginning of stream yesterday. I really don't have anything exciting to say today. I'm just here. I'm just hanging out. I had a very lazy morning of needing to do work and then not really doing any work. But that happens. Yes, panda eyes. Oh, so sleepy. But yeah, we definitely have, Salvage, the track that we were working on yesterday. We can keep working on. We can always do, I might work in Ableton a little bit and just mess around with some live looping because I can. Showcase more. What mean you? What mean you, showcase? My computer's yelling at me because my hard drive is filling up. Let's find out how bad that problem is. Oh, like do like a track breakdown, you mean? Oh my. My 2 terabyte hard drive has 30 gigs left. Fortunately, I can immediately clean up a bunch of old crap that I don't need. Like all of these old videos that have already been edited into shorts. That's like 100 gigs right there. Look at that. Give me recycle bin. Oh, look at all that storage space that we're about to free up. This is just great. Yeah, we could do a track breakdown. I've been meaning to do a track breakdown on something from Salvage. One of the cooler tracks from Salvage, I think, would be a very good time. Like the final boss track is pretty solid, pretty fun. So we can take a look at that. But yeah, we're mellow, we're vibing. I'm giving everybody a few minutes at the top of stream to file in, and then we'll jump into some feedback. I remember when I got my PC to fix, they messed up 1 terabyte. Oh no. Oh no, that is so terrible. Did they apologize profusely and offer to give you a bunch of money? Because that's what they should have done. That is totally unacceptable for a business to do. If that happened to me, I would literally consider legal action. be like, you just cost me tens of thousands of dollars, you guys. I do also, I will say, I have everything backed up to 2 different cloud sources, as you know. So, because when you're playing with a bunch of clients' files, you want to be triple safe. And I do always recommend get a Proton Drive account, Google Drive account, something like that. I mean, I don't really recommend Google Drive anymore because hypothetically they're training AI using everyone's private files and Gmail and stuff, which is pretty insane. So historically I've used Google Drive for years, because it's very easy and it integrates really well. Now I'm moving very slowly over to Proton Drive, because I have Proton everything. My main email is Proton. I have Proton Password Manager, Proton VPN, all that stuff. Proton is an excellent company, very privacy focused, great track record. They're very good. Proton's $20 a month for the full plan. For a good Google Drive plan is like 12 or 13, so it's a little bit cheaper. And I do still have my Google Drive, and I still use it all the time because I kind of have to. I don't really have an option. Because when you're in the middle of multiple games that are like multi-year projects, you can't really be like, hey, whole development team that I've been working with, all the files that you guys have links to, and you've like integrated all my spreadsheets into all your project tracking and everything that you're doing, that's all gone. I've gotten rid of it, and here's a completely different hosting service. People usually don't take kindly to giant sweeping changes like that, so I'm kind of waiting until I finish with Salvage and the point-and-click game, and yeah, like a bunch of other projects that are kind of ongoing at the moment. And once those are washed through, I will be able to fully transition over and clean out the Google Drive. But right now, I have both the Drive client and the Proton, the Google Drive client and the Proton. Oh yeah, I think you've heard some. That's like the really old school '90s game music. I think you've heard some stuff from that. But yeah, right now I have both clients running on my machine and backing up my main like session drive for all of my client work. So even if my computer were to completely explode and then either Google or Proton went completely out of business overnight, I would still have a copy of at least all of my like work for people and my session files. All my plugin libraries and my presets and all that stuff would all be gone, which would be a huge bummer. But I do at least have the shit that's actually worth money is backed up in triplicate. So, and I should have a local backup as well. Honestly, ideally, I'd like to have a local drive, which I have plenty of them. I have like 30 terabytes of storage in here. It's crazy. It's total overkill. But I'd love to get one of my old hard drives spun up and have like a ongoing local backup, and then also a cloud backup is usually like the best recommended course of action. But the Proton Drive does it too. Google Drive, I think. I don't know if Google Drive started it. Dropbox probably started it. But just the fact that you can run a client on your desktop that just watches a folder and automatically, like second by second, uploads everything is pretty slick. Anyway, all right. Well, let's go ahead. I'm going to pull up your track here, Fizz, and we will check it out. I'm sure folks are on their way. I'm also, I was almost contemplating not going live today, because I'm exhausted and super out of it. But it was, it's New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, whatever. No, tomorrow's New Year's Day. Today is New Year's Eve. And I figure people are probably running around doing stuff and hanging out with friends or family, or, getting absolutely shit-faced, doing whatever it is people do on New Year's Eve. Yeah, we'll probably just vibe. I honestly, I might just kind of do some live looping stuff. I'm not feeling particularly inspired to like do a bunch of work. I kind of want to just vibe out. But yeah, let's jump over here. I need to change the name of this view from, it's currently called jamming for when we do song requests, but it should be called feedback. Oh, and honestly, here, you know what? Let me do something real quick. Because if I change this to feedback view, then I took down, there was a little thing on screen that was like, here's how you do song requests. I'm not really doing song requests very often anymore. It's kind of a special treat. It's turned into a thing where I get, 5+ feedbacks every single time I stream. And I get a song request like once a week. People pretty rarely tune in for it. And it's a little bit chaotic. The song request stuff, it's fun, but the last 4 or 5 times I've tried to do it, people request the most insane shit for me to play along to. Somebody requested Camellia the week before I went out for Christmas. And it was like, they were like, play drums to this. And it was a 4-minute song where just the tempo was like, is it 220 beats per minute, and then like slowed down to 40 and then sped back. I'm just like, you can't. I don't know if you just don't realize what you're asking me to do, or if you're intentionally trying to fuck with me, because this is physically, like, I can improvise to a lot of things, but this is physically impossible for me to play along to. 2021 BPM. A BPM so fast the tempo of the song becomes a 2 kilohertz sine wave, or square wave rather. I want window capture. Trying to add the keyboard thing here. Window capture. There you are. Add existing keyboard. Yes, I'd like to add keyboard, please. Hey, look at that. It's amazing. Isn't it just amazing? Yeah, you come here. Go there. Sure, that's fine. Now we will take you and we'll stick you down. How's it going, Manfunby? What's good? How are we? Please excuse me for a moment while I position this keyboard on screen for you guys, because this used to be song request view. Now we're turning it into feedback view, and we will have our handy dandy keyboard on screen, which is oh so terribly useful. You can go there. How does that look? Oh, excellent. What'd you download? And yes, that is working. I mean, we need sound as well. Would be helpful. Used FL keys before, indeed. I mean, we use what we've got. Get out of here, keys. I need to clean my studio so bad, you guys. Splice? Oh, like the Splice instrument thing? Sound font piano? I mean, hey. Oh, are you talking about the labs stuff? I know Splice has a new thing now that they're calling Splice Instrument, which is like a huge collection of a bunch of stuff that's subscription based. But they do, Spitfire Labs was free forever, and there was a really good piano in there. But I think that is now part of Splice, I guess. So I guess it's still free, which is great. Gotcha. Yeah, cool. Yay, it works. Yes, Super, you can definitely use that stuff. Uh, I don't really know. I don't think I have ever seen anyone release any audio production tools, like sample libraries or VST instruments, and have any kind of copyright stipulation. You definitely see that with like stock footage and some stock music and like stock sound effects and stuff like that. But when it comes to VSTs and sound libraries, it'd be a little silly to make a VST instrument, or to distribute a sample library like that, and then be like, oh, you can't use this in commercial productions. You can only use it for personal use. I don't think I've ever seen that with a sample library. Yeah, exactly. We wrote and composed the song. I mean, if you're just using like individual sound effects straight across, yeah, that's gray area. And sound fonts, because sound fonts, they're not a gray area because of how the people that made them released them. Sound fonts are in a gray area because they themselves are pirated. Just because you can download that, like if you find copies of the Windows sound fonts, which I have, those are technically illegal because they are technically the property of Microsoft and they're being redistributed illegally. It's not that there's a non-commercial. Well, although there may be one that covers the library that comes with your actual Windows install. I don't know. Yeah, sound fonts get a little weird, but in any case, point is fair. Okay, let's do a little feedback here real quick, and then we'll figure out what exactly we want to do today. While I am a sleepy, disoriented mess. This is from Hey Fizz. Can I play any Aphex Twin? Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna start working on a version of Flim for my live looping thing. And I've jammed along to Aphex stuff many times over the years. Nice. Very nice, man. Great transitions, great arrangement. It flows really, really, really well. Yeah, I could definitely see a good rapper doing a lot with this. Yeah, really, really nice. No No notes on any like chord stuff, any arrangement stuff. That's all excellent. The one thing that's poking out to me a little bit that you might want to look at, it is very heavily compressed on the master. And I'm seeing that both on my meters, but also there's a few moments where these drops are happening and the kick drum is coming in. So like right there, the kick is extremely loud. It's quite a bit hotter than everything else in the mix. It's really jumping out of the speakers. But then when the full beat drops in, it feels like the kick drops a good 6 dB. And I'm pretty sure that that's happening because as the rest of the track comes in and all the full strings and the full arrangement, all that starts hitting the master limiter, and the master limiter starts bringing everything down and the kick alongside it. So it's an interesting thing, and one of the many, anytime I talk about when we're using a lot of compression on our master bus and where it kind of can tip over the line a little bit into maybe a little bit too much. This is one of the, like I talk about losing detail. I also talk a lot about losing dynamic, right? And this is what that sounds like functionally, where you have certain elements in your mix that when your mix is more open and you're not hitting the limiter as hard, those are actually quite a bit louder than everything else in your track. But then because you're pushing really hard into that limiter or that compressor on your master output, it's then squishing it back down and kind of mushing everything together. So if you were to take that limiter off and then turn everything in your track way down, or turn even just your master output way down to where you were below unity, you would hear, oh, my kick might be a little bit too loud. But when you mix, this is why I try to always avoid mixing into any kind of compression. I always mix all the way through first and make sure that I'm really happy with the mix before I do anything on the master bus. It's a great, very effective way of making sure that your mix match your weak points. Yeah, no worries. I mean, it's definitely it's definitely a thing that is a bit of a dark art, a bit of a black box to a lot of people, especially if you're coming at things more from like a production and composing and songwriting and beat making side. Like the mixing and mastering process is definitely a separate kind of headspace that you have to learn about and get yourself into a little bit. But yeah, fundamentally, that would be a really good tip for you then. I always start with just the mix. I don't put anything on my master output at all. And then once I'm 100% happy with the mix, and I know that nothing in my mix is clipping, nothing in my mix is going above 0, above that unity point on your master output, then I will start adding compression to my master bus. There are definitely guys who talk a lot about, mixing into compression can be useful. That's true long term. Once you know what you're doing, mixing into compression can be fine because it gives you technically a slightly clearer picture of what your tune is going to sound like once it's been fully processed and mastered a little bit. So you can make slightly wiser, high-level mix decisions based on that. But when you're just starting out, I always recommend start with nothing on your master bus, get a great mix going on in your track with headroom left over on your master bus, 3 to 6 dB of headroom, right? If you can get it to that point and your mix is slamming and sounds great, then, and you've got that headroom being the most important point. Then when you start adding stuff onto the master bus, adding your compression, adding your limiting, your maximizers, your normalizers, all, whatever you're using, you know that your mix is clean and in really good shape. And those master bus devices aren't overly coloring or tweaking your overall mix in any way. You know your mix is on point, so now you can just focus on like getting the most out of that mix that you can. So yeah, that would be a good tip, I think. Because I can almost promise if you go back into this session, take all your master bus processing off, then turn your fader down about 6 dB and listen, you'll notice that your kick is probably a little bit hotter than you want it to be. That's also when we talk about loudness and like, you know, for a long time with feedback with people, I would always talk about luffs and, you know, how going for lots and lots of luffs was bad. The reason I used to say that is because most people get tracks to be really loud simply by slamming things into a limiter, which is not a great idea. Luffs and dynamics are two kind of, you can have a mix that is uncompressed, that is it very, well, not uncompressed, but is not very compressed, but is extremely loud. And you can also have a mix that's way over compressed, that's extremely quiet. The two are kind of independent of each other. But if you want to be able to master your tracks up to -5, -6 luffs, you know, whatever it may be, the way that you do that is by getting your mix and having it sound clean and not getting all the artifacting from pushing limiters too hard is by doing exactly that. Making sure your mix is on point and then handling limiting and loudness later on. This is great though. It's a great vibe. I love like the strings are all really, really nice. The chord changes are really nice. I really liked, I was kind of noodling along with it. All that chord movement is really nice, especially where you're kind of doing the, this kind of a vibe is really, really nice. Like, gives it a very harmonic minor or melodic minor kind of a sound. To do that A major to the D minor movement is really great. And you're doing a lot of cool, what we call contrary motion, where you kind of have two ideas happening at the same time. One of the ideas is, right? And then parallel to that, it's going. You could think of that as contrary motion because you have one thing that's like descending a little bit or essentially staying static, and then another thing that is ascending. True contrary motion is things that go in opposites of each other. You know, what would be a good example here? Would be true contrary motion, where you have two lines moving directly apart from each other. But what you're doing is also a great. Very cool. So yeah, overall, really, really nice. I love it. 5 stars. Just check that, the kick and the master stuff, and I think you'll be in excellent shape to release this. Thank you for sharing, man. I appreciate it. And of course, if anybody else has anything that they want to send in to get some ears on, I am happy to take a listen. But Fizz is the only one thus far. So now we get to decide what we want to do. Thanks for feedback. I will learn more about compression and mixing stuff. Excellent. Mixing is really fun. It is one of my favorite activities. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to crash course you on some stuff. We don't really have a whole lot else going on today. It's true. Yeah, I kind of figured about as much for today. Like I said, it's not. I'm not sore about people being. It's that time of year, you know. It's between Christmas and New Year's. It's like, who's sitting around on Twitch? Now, like, content, most active chatter, it's you. And thank you. I appreciate you being the most active chatter. It's so nice. It's nice to have a little bit of company. Honestly, what I think I want to do, I think I want to just play with some live looping stuff. I don't really feel like, for now, indeed, I don't really feel like doing work today. I just want to like vibe out and noodle and jam. So, yeah, why not? Let's do that. I'm trying to think. Should I get the whole camera set up and everything? Not really dressed for it. I don't need the whole camera. We can just do it here. But I can. We can practice. I need to practice, guys. I never practice stuff. Let's just practice a bunch of the stuff I've been working on for live looping. Why not? Let's start with this tune, Pensivity, that I wrote. Well, calling it a tune is perhaps a bit generous. It's a collection of sounds and ideas that I put together. Here, we'll go back over to here. I guess I'll take off the robe, much to my own chagrin. It's very cold in here. Is this going to open, or is Ableton going to be a gooba? Oh, Ableton, what are you doing? Why do you hate me so, Ableton? Oh, there it goes. Ha. Excellent. So this one the other one that I have is this remix of an Alicia Keys tune. That one's pretty solid. We'll play with that one next. But this one is still kind of a work in progress, which is exactly why we're going to go ahead and noodle around with it. Because I need to practice it. So we get rid of all of this. It's probably going to be a little bit weird because I'm going to be using this mic to capture like the shaker and stuff, but then also talking into it still. But we should be all right. All right. Let's make sure this is all working. First of all, I got it set up to where... Oh, nope. You guys can still... Why can you still... Oh, that's why. Let me do... Ha ha ha! Now, only I can hear the metronome. How fancy is that? Boy, howdy, let me tell you, it's pretty fancy. Okay, so the deal with this is I just get to try to remember all of the stuff that I had in mind for this. Let me make sure all of my sounds are working here. Very good. Very good. That works. That works. What are you? Are you the kit? Wait, why are you grayed out? That's not right. See, sometimes Ableton does stuff, and I'm just like, what's the problem here? What's the problem here, fam? Like my drum track. My drums, the MIDI is just grayed out, and I don't understand why. Because it doesn't tell me why. Is it? Oh, that's why. Because the device is not active. What's my guitar sound here? Ooh. How's that for a guitar sound? Isn't that neat? There we go. Okay, we've got the TD-27. It is very electronic. We've got that. We've got lovely vinyl piano. we've got... oh, that should be up here. See, this is why we practice, guys. Nice synth pad. We'll move this crap out of the way. We aren't actually using the MLR on this one. But that's okay. This is why we practice. This is exactly why we practice. You can hang out there. Okay. I think we're ready to attempt playing this song. And I may literally start it and immediately screw something up. But, you know, we're going to find out. That is the fun and the joy and the terror of live performance. Just make sure this is functioning correctly. It is. How about this? Yep, that's doing everything that it should do. Okay. See? Immediately screwed it up. It's okay. It's why we practice. Sure, why not? Close enough. My automatic looping setup. Normally I have little plugins in Ableton that will let me turn that down a little bit. Normally I have a Max for Live device that will let me that will make channels automatically trigger loops at certain points in time. So like after 4 bars or 8 bars, I don't have that set up on this track. I forgot. Hard. It's really hard when you don't have, you know what? Here, we're going to try this again. I'm going to set all of those up because it's really screwing with me not having predictable loop times because I have to stop playing and physically reach over to the APC-40 and actually hit the thing. So we're going to go... who's that? Somebody who's... Birdland, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Keeping me hydrated on New Year's Eve. Very important. This is my LaCroix and pomegranate juice situation. Okay, we want... what the hell is the device called? Max for Live is... Wait, it's New Year's Eve. Yes, it is. Did you just notice? User library, we want... fixed clip length pack. That is what we want. And we want the for whole track. So you go on piano. Oh, you do. You already have one. Did I already have them set up, but I just wasn't paying any attention? Oh, this one doesn't. This one should also be 8 because this is for the pad. Guitar needs one. I also love pomegranate. Guitar we'll put at 8 as well, just because we can. I guess we'll probably kind of put all of them at 8, except for the drums. I also played the wrong drum groove. So, you know, that's cool. Bass gets 8 bars. The topper really only needs like 2, is fine. Is more than enough. The drum kit can also get 8. And we will just build it in 8-bar sequences. And then the shaker does not need one because I can play the shaker manually. Okay, now that we're set up with all that, and everything will loop on its own, like it's supposed to, let's try this piece again, shall we? This is, you guys are seeing what I've been going through every morning and then every night after stream. I've been practicing these tunes. This is a newer one. The other one, the Alicia Keys tune, is in good shape. But I'm trying to get up to the point where I have 5 or 6-ish, and then I'm going to start doing the streams. Okay, let's try this again. Let's make sure we have record quantize on. I'm pretty sure we do. Yes, we do. Great. That was also a huge mistake, but that's okay. Because we're going to move right along. It's also kind of hard doing this not in my regular chair that I do it in. Who do we want to do next? Shaker, I suppose, is a good idea. There we go. See, it loops on its own. It's so much easier. It's almost like that's what it's designed to do. Hey, now we're cooking. mean to record that. All right, where are we here? Such weird changes. Yes, absolutely, Warren. Absolutely, Thundy. If you do exclamation point feedback.
Thundy Griffin wants feedback on their song.
Extremely sloppy, and I need transition effects set up. But that went okay. I at least got through it. We didn't have to stop because I played anything so egregiously awful. Sorry, I've not been paying a ton of attention to track. Hi, Thundy. Hi, Oren. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Very mellow, low-key stream for today. Probably not going to go for super long. I'm just kind of hanging out, practicing this new live looping thing that I'm trying to do. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. So yes, both of you, that the cooldown is only for 30 seconds. So who was that? Who got cooled down? Oren, you should be able to submit again now. Syncopation was glorious. Thank you. Literally just finished a track. Excellent. Very good. G works on the pedal point. Yeah, that was the second half of that was completely off the cuff. I have no idea what I even played. What was that? D. D minor, C minor, B flat, which is kind of a nonsense progression. I'm very new to Twitch. How can you support? Oh, great question. You can subscribe if you so desire. It means you get to watch without ads, and it's like $6. $6 a month, I think is what it is. And I get a bunch of that $6. So if you feel so inclined as to subscribe, that would be extremely kind of you. And is always deeply, deeply appreciated. But that is how you can support. But yeah, let me know when you guys have that stuff submitted, and we will absolutely check it out. And then after that, we'll look at a different tune. Here, I'll get that pulled up in the background, so you guys don't have to sit here and wait when the time comes. No, we don't want to save changes. I'll have to reset up those groups. Also, normally I do this in my drum throne, and this is just an office chair, so it's significantly more wiggly than I'm used to. No, Tony, wait till we do feeling me, feeling you. That one's much more polished, and I know much better. I just wrote the thing I was playing a couple of days ago, so I'm still getting, and it's super, super weird changes. Okay, excellent, Thundy. Very good. And then we go, hang on, open, feeling me, MLR. Yes, very good. And that should have done, yep, all that is good. We connect, very good. Open you up like that. Okay, we're ready to go with that. Let's check out Thundy the Griffin's track. And let me take my headphones off for this as well. Do. We love it. Thank you guys for bearing with me through that. I need to practice things. Practice is important, boys and girls. Um, oh, Girl from Ipanema. Yeah, the trumpet has that sort of a vibe. I wasn't intentionally quoting it, but you're doing the one Christmas song I actually don't mind. The organ's great, absolutely. Nice. Are you using action strikes? I heard a Tycho click back in there somewhere. I was like, oh, action strikes. And the Zimmer signature foghorn at the end. Oh, I love it, man. This is super, super creative. Arrangement's excellent. It's so creative. It's such a creative take on the tune. I absolutely love it. Mix wise, you asked if your lead instruments were loud enough. This is one of the hardest styles of music to mix. Yes, the Brahm. This is one of the hardest styles to mix. This is what we would typically call hybrid orchestral, right? So sort of half orchestral, or even maybe primarily orchestral, but also guitars and big drums and all this kind of stuff. I do an enormous amount of hybrid orchestral work. So it's extremely difficult to mix because you have so many different layers and levels of things going on. I definitely have a couple of thoughts for you. Overall, I think the mix as it stands is the balance is good, but I think there are sections where you are pushing too hard into your master bus and sections where you are not pushing hard enough. And this is where, especially on the mastering end of things and the final mix end of things, these styles of music are extremely, extremely tricky. So when you're going full bore, like there, I'm seeing the meters be pretty pegged, which to me means you're not pushing your master super hard, but there's moments where it's approaching pushing the master a little bit too hard, as opposed to here. That section is 24 dB quieter than your outro, which I would consider a bit of an issue, but not a hard one to fix, and not one to fault you for, because this is why this style of music is extremely difficult. What I would recommend to you is, first of all, just in terms of volume management, I would compress actually a little bit more potentially. I don't know, it's hard to say. Like a lot of times you can do really interesting one thing that is yes, dynamic stretch, absolutely. I know even of guys who will automate compressors for this kind of stuff, to sort of follow along in an almost envelope-like way with the track overall. But that is something I would look into. I would maybe consider, like, take this, because you work in Studio One, which is super cool. If you don't know about the project page in Studio One, it is one of the most useful things about Studio One. It is a built-in mastering suite that not everybody knows about. Instead of creating a new song, create a new project, and it will take you into a completely different UI that is designed for mastering. What I would do is, and you may already be doing this to some degree, but at the risk of being redundant for you, I would take this track, take everything off of your master bus, turn it down to where you've got a good 3 to 6 dB of headroom, bounce the final mix, and then fly it back in as a master and actually automate the raw volume of the track into a limiter. And use both either clip gain or direct volume automation. Pushing into a limiter is going to get you a cleaner sort of dynamic, and is something that we absolutely, if we have really dynamic tracks, that's something we oftentimes do, is actually do like volume automation or clip gaining as a part of the mastering process. It's unusual, but it does happen. And this is, I think, an occasion that it warrants it. Another thing that I would recommend for you, and this doesn't have anything to do with dynamics, I would take everything in your mix and very carefully put it all into one reverb. One of the things that sells hybrid orchestral really, really well is using a unified, like, concert hall style reverb at a relatively low level across basically the entire track. Maybe not your ultra bass elements, but like go into action strikes and these different orchestration. So it's not that they're clashing, it just doesn't sound like one cohesive thing. Because when you're using all these different libraries, a lot of them, action strikes included, has a ton of reverb baked into it. That reverb tail is a very different reverb tail than the one that's baked into your strings, is a very different reverb tail than the one on other elements. And so it's not that they're clashing per se, it's just that it sounds like a bunch of different sample libraries. And the trick to getting past that is dry out all the libraries, go into action strikes, go into the little mixer tab, turn the reverb completely off. Do that for everything in your session, and then get one really solid, something like a Seventh Heaven, East West Spaces, a really, really good. And some of it is just in the samples themselves. It's just in the miking of the library, and you can't do a whole lot about it. But if you send everything into one really good reverb and clean out some low end from that reverb, like high pass the reverb send put a high pass right before the reverb on that send or something like that. High pass it up to maybe 150, 200, somewhere in there. Maybe even a real gentle slope from 250 on down. Sort of a medium to long decay, 2.5, 3 seconds, a very concert hall-ish kind of a sound. What you're going to find is it unifies mixes like this in a really interesting and very cool way to where it sounds like one big thing. It's almost a trick, like when people say, oh yeah, run everything through a bus compressor and that glues the mix together. Yes, I would go through, turn off this is what I do, at least when I mix hybrid stuff. I go through and I dry out all the libraries as much as I can, and then I pump everything through one unified verb. And that will cover up the remaining tails a little bit and just glue it all together to where it sounds like something that's happening in a concert hall, which is really what the listener's ear expects whenever they hear orchestral music. They expect to, oh no. Let me know when you're back. So terrible. We hate to see it. In the meantime, I'll just noodle on guitar. Oren, thank you so much for the sub, man. I appreciate it. We'll get to your track here in just a second. We're waiting for Thundy to get back from ads. Back. Excellent. Okay, very good. All I did was noodle on guitar. You missed nothing. So what I was saying is when you dry out all the libraries, dry out meaning turn as much of the built-in reverbs as you can off. And then send them through just one common reverb for everything. It unifies things in a way that listeners' ears expect, right? Most people have heard orchestral recordings that were recorded in one hall with all of the instruments in the same space. And so it's just kind of a part of you can call it the sonic vocabulary of that style of music. And then when you go into the hybrid stuff where you've got guitars and drums and synths and all these other elements, it's very helpful to put them in that same space as well. So I would do that. Just watch the low end, because when you're pumping that many like war drums and stuff into a reverb send, it definitely gets very bass heavy. So like I said, high pass that reverb. And then give yourself some good headroom on the mix overall. Export just the mix with no master processing and a bit of what's up, Nose? A bit of headroom on it, and then fly that back into the project page in Studio One and master it, paying close attention to just leveling out volumes. And I think that you will see a huge improvement on like the clarity and the cohesion of the whole mix. Balance wise, like I said at the beginning, I think it's pretty good. I can hear all your melody stuff. I can hear all the drums. I think it's all balanced pretty well. The things that stuck out to me were just the sheer dynamic difference. I mean, you have a whole section of the tune that is literally 30 dB quieter than anything else. And that is, that's a big difference. And if you were doing a straight up classical recording, if this were like an actual concerto or something, I wouldn't be critical of it because that does happen in like really detailed classical recordings. It's kind of part of the sonic vocabulary for that style of mixing and recording. But for something like this, you want it to be pretty present and pretty even all the way through. You, of course, want some parts to punch harder. So you don't need to worry about getting it into just be like a solid block. But lessening out those dynamic differences, I think, would be good. And you could do that through clip gain. You could do that through volume automation directly on your stereo file. You could do that through automating a compressor in a bunch of different ways to make sure that things are always kind of hit. You know, you don't have one section that's making the compressor do 15 dB of reduction, and then you get to another section where the compressor isn't even touching it. Like, you can automate the input gain on the compressor or the threshold on the compressor to treat those different sections differently. So yeah, just some kind of general hybrid mixing food for thought. Howdy, Papa. Happy New Year's. But yeah, like I said though, Thundy, it's awesome. I love what you did with the tune. I love it's really creative. I do Carol of the Bells is one of my one of the Christmas tunes that I can tolerate. I'm glad my dad is here because he's heard me say this before, but growing up with a dad who is a commercial recording engineer and professional record producer extraordinaire and super all-around awesome talented guy who also happened to be making Christmas records, sometimes multiple Christmas records, basically every year of my childhood. And so I would get to listen to mix revisions and mix notes and mix down sessions of every Christmas song imaginable all the time growing up. I struggle a tiny bit with Christmas music these days. Love you, Dad. My Dad, how many Christmas records have you done at this point? You did 3 with Wind Machine and what, 5 with AE, 4 with AE? And then other like freelance stuff that you were working on back in the day, mixing and stuff. Yeah, because there's Wind Machine Christmas, Portraits of Christmas. We'll pay for your therapy. Yeah, I think it was 3 with Wind Machine, and then I want to say 4 with AE. I can't remember. Anyways, you're welcome to let me know. Congratulations, man. Thundy, congratulations. I love that. I love that for you. You did 5. You did 5 with AE. Okay. Dang. It's a lot of. Oh yeah, because the with Thomas Lufka, the whole what'd you guys call it? Not Transatlantic Sessions. That's Bela Fleck. Songs Across the Ocean. I can't remember what that one's called. That was, I think, technically a Christmas record. How many strings? 8. There are 8 of them. It's a whole lot, but it is a whole lot of fun to play, and it sounds so lovely. We're joyful and triumphant. You have an 8-string DST. Very nice. I love it. Anyways, okay. Well, yeah. Thank you again for sharing, Thundy. Congrats on the release. I love it. Very, very cool version of the track. And yeah, thanks for sharing. I hope my notes were helpful. Okay, let's scoot along here to Oren, and then we'll do some more live looping. Oren, what you got going on, brother? This track has been removed. Oh no, what happened, Oren? Your song is gone. SoundCloud does not want me to see your song. New link. Oh, okay. You can drop it in chat if you want. Oh yeah, you just did. There you go. Okay. Here we go. Cool. Very good. Let me read over your notes as well, if you had any. Okay, it is meant to be that quiet. Ableton, working in Ableton. I'm working in Ableton now too, a little bit. I am not sure Yes, extremely quiet, like averaging -40. I'm not sure if that's a bounce issue or something weird with SoundCloud. Oh no, you're good. You good? Yeah, no worries. Do that at your leisure. In the meantime, I will. I'm gonna play "Feeling Me, Feeling You," which will take like 5 to 7 minutes to do, and that should be the perfect amount of time for you to bounce and
Fungi
re-upload.
Griffin wants feedback on their song.
Ooh. Are you? Do you have another track you want to look at? Oh, we already have it. Okay, delightful. Zoop. Just kidding. Here, I'm going to download this because Google Drive likes to not stream things correctly. Hey, it's Chris. How's it going, buddy? I need to send you a vocal. I did get your text. I'm so sorry for not responding. I was out of town for Christmas and so this bounce is similarly quiet, Oren. Indeed. Well, while you do that, yeah, no worries. Take your time, man. Thundy, typically we do one track per person per stream. I'll do a second one for you today because it's a total laid back kind of nonsense stream today for New Year's. So don't worry about it. But just a heads up, in the future we normally do one per person per stream. Normally that's also if we're like in queue and have a bunch of people waiting for feedback, which we don't right now, so it's fine. But yeah, okay. Let's play this thing. Chris, you get to see me do my live looping or attempt to do my live looping thing. It's very exciting. It's still very much a work in progress, and I'm not using the correct chair, which means it's very weird for me. But we're going to go ahead and try because I need to practice. It's a thing that takes an enormous amount of practice. And then when Oren pops back after this tune, we'll check out this track, and it hopefully won't be so quiet. It's so very quiet. Let's make sure we have full range of motion. Very good. Make sure all of our sounds are working. That's working. That's working. We already know that's working. Why does that have so much? Oh. That's working. That's working. That's working. Okay. And then let's just make sure. That's all working. Great. Okay. Oh, right. I got to do this too. I got to turn off some extra stuff in the background. Otherwise it's going to click and pop like crazy. Hey, Ableton, what's going on, buddy? Why did you not loop the thing that I wanted you to loop when I asked you to loop it? That's supposed to happen automatically. Hey, Cheesy, how's it going? Yes, Thundy, we're going to look at Oren's. Well, I want to do this looping thing, then we're going to look at Oren's next. And then Yeah, we can get to your second one in a little bit here. And I'm still getting pops and clicks. I may have to abort this mid-attempt. We'll see. And see, now I'm all paranoid because these should be working and they weren't working. That's okay. Let's try it again. There we go. Where's my shaker? There it is. There we go. Right? Did that work? Sounds like it worked. Let's check. It did work. Good. We're working out the kinks here. This is why we practice. So now the other fun thing that's going on here is that I have all of these live performance effects. You can't see what they are, but I have an extra little beat pad over here that does all kinds of neat things. It's extremely neat. This Isn't that fun? Wrong track. Let's try that again. Oh, something happened. Something happened with my drum groove. Hang on. Let's try that again. There we go. Now it's in time. Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of brain power, which is why I'm practicing. Whee! Okay, that's enough of that. That's so hard. You guys, it's so hard. It's so hard to keep track of everything that's going on. But this is why we practice. Was that entertaining? Oh, perfect timing, Oren. I just finished my outrageous musical silliness. Yeah, and you can't even fully see everything that's going on in the background here. I've got the drum kit, I've got a monome over here, I've got the shaker, I've got my mixing console, I've got... Thank you. That is literally the first time... Oh, yeah, no worries. Yeah, give me a call, Chris. That is literally the first time I have done that in full, in its entirety, with all the bits and bobs. That actually went surprisingly well. But I am just managing so much gear. Oh, give Toast a treat. Birdland, I have terrible news. We're out of treats for Toast. I'm so terribly sorry. The overhead camera is... what's happening? Hush. Hush, all of you, hush. The overhead camera is over there. I didn't honestly think I was going to be doing... no, Toast is out in the living room sleeping, but we are out of treats for Toast. So if somebody wants to, he's snoozing in the other room, so we will deliver him pets. Don't you worry about that. But given that we didn't have any treats for him and he was sleeping oh so soundly when I was starting stream, I was like, oh, I don't want to disturb you. But don't you worry. Oh, he gets all the pets in the world. Don't you worry. Yes, there's so much gear to manage. Here, I'll give you guys a tour. The overhead camera will happen again soon. I want to actually have like more than one or two songs worked up. So I have this thing over here, which is the monome, or I mean, it's the launch pad, but it's the monome, which is handling all that cool, like glitchy stuff. So if I, here, hang on. This is what's handling all that, and you can do all this incredibly cool right? Like triggering samples from within other samples. All that's happening over here. So I have all that to keep track of. Then I love this thing. It's so much fun. Then we have the console. Then we have all of this over here, which is controlling all of the actual loops. This is the thing that's controlling so I have a bunch of momentary effects set up here. To do stuff. And then up here, we also have like a filter sweep there. And then just on the drums, this big delay. That's mapped up there. So all that's going on. And then, of course, two keyboards, you know. This is so much fun, though. It's like I have like my glitchy beats that I can control over here, and then my like random glitchy beats that I can't control over there. It's terribly exciting. It's also extremely overwhelming to try to do all of that and play notes and sound not bad and remember all the parts that I want to remember. It's really hard. It's really, really hard, you guys, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm sitting over here complaining about getting to do fun music things, and I should stop it. Anyways, Oren, sorry. Okay, feedback time. Feedback time for Oren. And then next, who was it? Fundy. I know you have another one that we're going to take a look at in a second. So those are the two. I mean, I have more tunes than that in the works, but you're up to about minus 16. It's loud enough to listen to. But I have it. This is full volume on stream in SoundCloud and then full volume in OBS. I can turn my speakers up. I don't know how it sounds for you guys. If it's too quiet for you guys to listen to, we can. It's like granulator. I'm learning the various sounds of Ableton. Oh, okay. That's a cool transition. Nice. It was very similar to the live looping I was just doing. What microphone are you using to record your vocals? Just curious. SM59, 58. I was going to say an SM59. I love the fade and hard cut transition. Really nice. Good job, man. I dig it. It's a definite vibe. I like the arrangement a lot. I liked when you went to the double time, very much so. That's something obviously I like to do a lot as well. It's a great way to like have a tune kind of become a different tune for a second, which is always nice. Aston Origin, says Buddy Pearson over on YouTube. What's up, Buddy Pearson? How's it going? Astons are great mics. Astons are excellent. Yeah, so let's see here. Did you have anything specific you were looking for? Let me look back at your sheet here. Yeah, mix master songwriting. Yes, the arrangement I think is really nice. I think it follows a good form. Like the double time, I think your transitions are all in nice places. Most of my thoughts for you would be on the mix front. So I can give you some tips as to what might be going on with the fact that it is so quiet. But beyond that, the thing that I am noticing the most is that the vocals are coming across as very dark and a little bit muddy. It's a little difficult to hear and kind of the lyrics that you're singing in certain spots. And there's kind of two things that I think are going on there for you. I think there's a little bit of EQing that could be done differently. And then I think that there's, you have a lot of very cool like pitched delays and big heavy reverbs and like stuff that's panning around in the stereo field. All of that is great texture. But, and I like all of that. I don't think you should remove any of that. It gets a little bit over the top in some spots to where those effects start to swirl out and they actually overwhelm the lead vocal for a little while. And so your ear is drawn, you're still singing lyrics, but your ear is drawn more towards the effects. And then the effects kind of spiral a little bit out of control, it feels like, and kind of overwhelm the mix into just a big wash for a few seconds. And then they kind of tone down and then they come back. So I think the number one, like the two main things that I would do in terms of EQing your vocal, there's an enormous amount of low and low mid. So right around like 200, 250, 300 hertz, that kind of region is very prominent. I think you can pull that back. And then I would bring out quite a bit of top end, the detail, up around like, sounds to me in the 3 to 4K region, and then on up from there. Now you want to be a little careful because your sibilance region, where those nasty sounds are, is typically in about 4K up to 7K. So maybe you boost 3K, telephone frequency, and then you boost like 9K and up, and leave those sibilant frequencies turned down a little bit. But just generally speaking, I would love to hear the vocal be a lot brighter in the top end, and then a lot less in terms of the low end. It feels quite boomy and a little bit muddy. So that would be the first thing. And then when it comes to the effects, I wouldn't change them. Like I wouldn't take them away or anything like that. I would do a similar treatment. And if you EQ your vocal to be a little less money, I think it will help with the effects as well. But I would just I would imagine that's like an effects send, like you have an effects send or a bus or something set up in your session. I would bring that bus down a fair amount, maybe 3 to 6 dB, so that it just gives your lead vocal room to stay the lead vocal while still having those. If you don't want to bring it down, 12 or 18 dB or something to where they're like a total background element, I think they're very cool. You just want to be careful. And that goes for really any time we're using like really big, powerful, punchy effects, right? Like big reverbs, big delays, certainly anything that involves pitch shifting, which you're doing the pitch shifting is very cool because it settles back down to the root note of the song. That's all very, very cool effect. I think it might be a little bit overbearing. So yeah, re-EQ the vocal, less low end, more top end, and then also take some low end out of the effect stuff and just bring the effect stuff down a little bit. I think you'll have a much cleaner mix. And then yeah, if you already know what happened with the volume, there are a lot of different things that can cause that. Usually it's literally just a knob that we forgot to turn up or a button we forgot to click. Happens to me all the time as well. So no worries. But yeah, arrangement wise, it's great. Songwriting wise, it's great. I like lyrics. All your sounds are super creative. How you go into the halftime is very cool. All the little transition-y bits are really, really well done. I think all that's really, really strong. So yeah, thank you for sharing, man. I appreciate you sending it over. It's super, super, super neat. If you end up doing a little bit more work on it, I would love to hear further revisions of it in the coming days. But yeah, I appreciate you sharing. We are going to do one more here from Thundy. This is the second track from Thundy. And then I think I'm actually probably going to wrap up. I know it's been a super, super short stream. And I do apologize, but it is, it's New Year's Eve and I barely slept last night. I didn't really sleep at all. So I'm very tired and very out of it. And I'm sure we're going to end up doing something silly and nonsensical for New Year's Eve tonight. We are in New York. Maybe we'll go watch the ball drop. I have no idea. We have not ever done that, despite this being it's not like we've lived here. We've lived here for 2 years. So in the 2 years that we lived here, we've not gone and seen the ball drop. Apparently it is something you should go see once. I don't know if we will go do that. My husband seems very opposed to the idea, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, to take us out, we have Aftermath, 50% complete, courtesy of Thundy the Griffin. When the year is new. Yeah, you're like, what, Cheesy? You're just a couple of hours for you, right? What is it? It's 9 there? 10? Something like that? You're going to beat me to next year. Turn all my stuff down now. Make sure I don't blow myself up. 9 o'clock, yeah. Those pops and clicks, by the way, are from my computer trying to run Ableton and all my stream stuff all at once. So that's not on your end. Neat. That's lovely. I really like that. Is it like an electric violin sound or sample of some kind playing that melody towards the end? I can't tell if that's like a library of an acoustic violin that you've maybe just processed a little bit, or like with the pitch bending, it almost sounds like I've heard that libraries of electric violin that have that kind of vibe. Like Museo has a couple. It's a cello. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Playing very high in the register. Okay, yeah, I think it's probably the pitch bend. Yeah, I should have noticed. It was a cello, not a violin or a viola. It is definitely lower in the register than violin or viola go. No, it's very, very neat. Yeah, for sure. One thing, here's a thought for you. How much do you do with like key switching and articulations and doing all your CC lane automation stuff with your libraries? I ask because I don't want to go off on a tangent about things that you already know about. But I do think that in terms of like articulation switching, you could lean into that a little bit more. It sounds like it's a lot of the same articulations, and it's always trying to really grasp key switches. Indeed, do you want me to give you a rundown on how to do key switching? Also, what string library are you using? I mean, it's pretty universal. Like how they work is slightly different, but if you want, I'd be happy to pull up Studio One and I can show you how I approach it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. That makes it tricky. Museo, excellent. Museo stuff sounds great, man. I'm very tempted to switch over to Museo. I'm with East West at the moment, Composer Cloud, which also sounds really, really nice. It just has a ton of stuff I don't need, and it's more expensive. And to be honest, the
Nose for Music wants feedback on their song.
Oh, indeed, Nose. I love it. Yeah, we can do a quick feedback for you, Nose. And then I'm going to get out of here and go hang out with the husband. But yeah, if I don't know what all, well, it'll actually happen when I'm done with salvage. I can tell you that, because you can't change libraries in the middle of a huge scoring project. Yeah, technically I was Nose. My husband got home from work a little bit ago, so I want to go hang out with him. What about the drums? Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that comment in your little sheet. Sorry. Would 80s drums or synthwave style drums work for this track? Yeah, I think so. And I think that they would actually, if you brought in more of a full groove, not for the entire track, but later on in the track, like, kind of probably right in this region where we're at right here. I think that would be very cool. The library I would recommend, you're going to love this. This is what I use. Reverb.com years ago put up a massive pack of free vintage drum machines. And I will find them for you presently, and I will post the link in chat. Oh, no, it's money now. This used to be free. No. Oh, this used to be free. Why do they charge $50? Why you charge $50? This was literally a free download. Oh, Reverb, now I'm upset with you. Now I'm angry. Thank you, Birdland. Oh, that's bullshit. Can you download them all separately for free? Is that the deal? Sometimes people do that. We're like, if you want them for free, you have to click each one individually. No, they're all $10. That sucks. Now I feel like a goofy Goomba. Because this was free for a long, long, long time. They are excellent. Beyond that, I think Yuhei has a really, really good vintage drum library. It is nonsense. I don't know why they would do that, because it was legitimately, no, that's vintage. Wait, is this it? No, that's real drums. Yeah, they had a whole library of, hang on, maybe this is it. Nope, yeah, they're charging for it. That sucks. Bummer. That's the one that I have. If I remember correctly, Yuhei also has a great library. Samples from Mars is another one that I know people really, really like. But if you're going for vaporwave, what you want is called a Linn drum. I don't know if you're familiar with the Linn drum, but it is the just absolute iconic 80s drum sound is very much the Linn drum. Yeah. Bundles, and maybe it's not Yuhei. Oh wait, no, there's more down here. Where's the thing that we're looking for? These are all effects. Where is it? Repercussion. I know they have, I remember them having a really great, very extensive library. And now I'm not seeing it. I am striking out for you on drum samples at the moment. This is just terrible. Do you work in Studio One? Hang on. I think you do, right? Yes, you do. Impact, do you own Studio One or do you have the subscription? Because if you have the subscription, Impact Gold Baby Drums has a bunch of really great kits in it. And I think it has a Linn. You own it. Okay. You should have some of them then. I actually really like quite a few of the Impact kits that come with Studio One. They sound quite good for what they are. Okay. Samples from Mars. Am I gonna, or are we striking out 3 times here? These guys I know are like the gold standard. I think they're a little more expensive. Oh, actually, apparently not. 808 loops from Mars. Yeah, these guys are really well known for, like, they have every vintage drum machine in existence in their studio, and they just sample them every way from Sunday. So they sample them clean through a console, on a tape machine, on a vinyl pressing, on a they do all kinds of stuff. So yes, I would say samples from Mars if you have a little bit of scratch to spend, then this would be a very good option for you. They've got to have a Linn, right? Where's their Linn? Dr. Sample, no. Modular, MPC1, no. DMX, Linn drum. Here we go. Linn drum from Mars. Yeah, this is the guy that you're looking for. This is the absolute quintessential, tried and true, like all the Michael Jackson tracks, Rick James, like all the pop stuff from the early 80s onwards, was all the Linn drum. You'll recognize this is the Linn drum. Yeah, take this and then go find like a Lexicon 240 reverb IR or a reverb clone and just blast a Linn drum through that and just instant, like put it through a DBX 160, just instant 1982. Yep. Yeah. So samples from Mars, which just this kit is what? $15. But if they have all the drums is $40, I'd get that. That's literally that will get you samples of the 101, the 505, 606, 626, 707, 726. All these are Roland. 808, 909, CR78, drum tracks, the EMU Drumulator, the DMX, Dr. Bomb, and for $40. Go buy that. For sure. That's an amazing deal. Because these guys are like, yeah, this is separately is $1,500 worth of stuff. They're probably doing a big, yeah, way better than Reverb. Probably doing a big like Christmas sale right now. Yeah, or Black Friday sale. So go do that. Because they are, I know people swear by them. They're kind of the gold standard, like I said, of really great drum samples. So you should have a lot of fun with that. Goodness, excuse me. All right. Well, on that note, thank you guys very much for hanging out. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, I think it'll sound dope with that kit. But as I said, I'm going to get out of here and go hang out with the husband. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing, man. I much appreciate it. And I much appreciate all of you guys. Oh yeah, thanks. Definitely. Yeah, go check out the YouTube. Stuff goes up on there. I do little short form videos that are cut down from stream. So if you miss days, you'll get the highlights over on there, as well as on TikTok and Instagram. I'm kind of everywhere now. So, yeah. But thank you guys again. I appreciate it. I hope everybody has a very happy new year. Stay safe if you are celebrating, doing anything wacky. And yeah, I will be back probably tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll sleep tomorrow. We'll find out. But join the Discord if you're not. !Discord will get you an invite. You'll get notified when I go live and get to come hang out there. But yeah, you guys have a great night, evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it is, wherever you're at. And I will see you guys very soon. Bye.